Okay, Doctor here with a very different gameplay from what I usually have. Two reasons. It's not my gameplay, as you see, it's my friend Anderson playing. He provided me this gameplay, which is what I'm very happy about, because I would never use the setup, and I'm going to explain why. So thank you, Anderson. For you guys who are watching this right now, be sure to check out his channel. He's a very cool guy. He makes montages, stuff like that. If you're interested in that, go check him out, definitely. I think he puts up at least one video per week, and probably puts a lot more effort into those than I do. I mean, I'm just talking. It's so easy to make commentaries. Anyway, now what Anderson is using here is the G3A3 with heavy barrel M26 mass as an underslung attachment, and the ACOG scope, but that doesn't really matter. For those who don't know, there is a bug with this setup of attachments and gadgets. And what this bug does is it gives the M26 a ridiculous range and power. To be exact, every pellet of the M26, if used with this combination of underslung and heavy barrel, is going to do as much damage as the assault rifle it's underslung to. This means with the G3, this puts out about 300 or 400 points of damage with one single shot. And I think it doesn't even drop down to below 100. Yeah, it does. It still stays about 200 on maximum range, which is very ridiculous for a shotgun. What also happens if you use this setup is it's gonna give you less spread on the shotgun. The heavy barrel is actually gonna work as if it was on the assault rifle, just for the M26. So what you get with the setup is, as you see with that kill, insane range, low spread, and a very, very high damage. And this is a pretty new exploit, at least I call it an exploit, that has been found out basically, and it is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. Now, don't be mad at Anderson for playing this. He told me it was his first round using it, by the way, so this is actually a setup he has never used before, and you can see it works pretty damn well. What he said to me, I'm gonna give you his opinion so you don't think he's a cheap fuck. He told me he enjoyed using the setup, and he thinks it's very, very strong, but I guess that's obvious if you see the gameplay. But he told me also that it's probably gonna be one of the new game breakers, or at least one of those things that make the game a lot less enjoyable. And that exactly is why I've never used it. So even if you wanted me if you wanted to see a gameplay of this on my channel, I would never ever put up something. And what this leads me to is actually discuss bugs and glitches, and how you should use them, or if you should use some stuff like that, and my general opinion about this. Now I'm gonna tell you, I absolutely hated the USAS, I hated map riding, I hated people who stick C4 and switch teams, which was possible pre-patch. Very annoying things to me. And I haven't been killed by the setup too much. But those times I have been very, very pissed. Just because people are using a gadget as a primary gun, which is, in my opinion, pretty ridiculous. Now, as I said, I wouldn't use this, as I don't think it's good for my reputation. This might just be my opinion. I mean, it's just a game, you can say. I personally would never use the setup. I would feel cheap. And, you know, using this would probably even get more people to use it. And I'm kind of scared that might happen. So basically I actually kick people on my server using the setup, which probably defines how much I dislike this whole combination. So in conclusion, I consider this a bug, and I think it should be nerfed, and I don't understand what they were thinking. So the next thing that also has happened since this came out is a lot of people posting threads and posts on the Battlelog forums, which I visit regularly, talking about this gameplay. There is new platoons, there's even the new phrase "you dart bro" instead of "you mat bro", and it has become the new troll gun, I guess, and also the new cheap ass lame gun, whatever you want to call it. Now, if one of my friends uses this, I don't really mind. And also one of my clan members used it, but I'm gonna get to that later. So, where was I? Oh my god, I'm failing. Basically, there is now quite a big group of people in the forums who use the setup to their advantage, as it's sort of maybe overpowered, but definitely very strong. And there's also people who joined games together to get as many people using the mass on one team as possible. And it's pretty ridiculous, and they made people rage quit. They all did insanely well. So there is already basically a movement of trolls existing that, and for not well, the motivators people, like the forum trolls, to now use the setup and just troll people with it. And it seems to me that this is going to develop to something pretty ridiculous, which means that soon this is going to be used a lot more, I guess. It's with the use, as it came out slowly, and in the end it was a fucking tragedy. That's what worries me. I even had trouble in my clan because of the setup. One of the members used it, and there was actually one of the leaders and another leader. Both are very cool guys, by the way. I don't want to offend any one of them here. I'm just saying what happened. What happened basically is that they got in a disagreement on clan reputation and that stuff, and I get both their points. I'm not gonna put myself on any side of them, and it actually made one of the members quit out of the clan, basically, which is a bummer to me. It's very sad. I mean, I've been looking for a clan such ages, for a good clan. I've been not good in terms of playing good, but for being a good clan for me, and FAM was my own try, and now seeing that people quit out because gun combination is overpowered is actually makes me very sad about that. So that's not a cool thing. And as I said, it's really it scares me. It scares me honestly that this is coming up right now, and there's people using this setup, and you know, it's just cheap in my opinion. But what is more interesting to me is knowing your opinions. And I would ask you to leave those in the comment section below. It really would interest me on what you think about this. Do you use it? Do you think it should be patched? Do you think it's good? Stuff like that would really interest me to know. Also check out Anderson's channel, and don't be mad at him for using this cheap setup this round. And I hope you enjoyed the video and gameplay and the commentary, of course. So have a nice evening, I guess, or whatever time it is. See ya.